tie me to her bed. I kept the screaming up. And so I sat there, holding my breath, grabbing onto the sheets, and this man proceeded to rape me as a little 6-and-a-half-year-old, just weeks shy of my 7th birthday. As my best friend continued to take everything she could to get into the door of that bedroom, trying to reach me because she knew the horror of what was going on behind closed doors. Warning me as I sat there bawling my eyes out, this rapist telling me that crying was for babies, and that only babies cry, and that I should quit crying. As I sat there trying to hold in all the emotions of what was going on, totally confused and trying to understand what had just gone on. After this man got what he wanted, he just left me laying there on the bed, walked out of the bedroom, went right back into his room. With the door open, I just sat there, just shivering. And it wasn't as if it was cold, but I was shivering in fear of what had just gone on. And I remember in that moment, pulling my pants up really quick, and running down towards the hallway, and as I'm walking out of the room, because all I wanted to do was get out of that house, that I came across my childhood friend sitting Indian style outside her bedroom, looking at me, holding a hanger in her hand, that she had tried to get in through the door, trying to get reach me in order to save me. And I just looked at her and said, I'm going home, and just began running. Grabbed my purple coat, ran out the front door, and she chased me. I had this fear that he was going to come back after me, fear that he knew I was going to go and tell somebody. And as I wrapped around the court of her house, she chased after me and told me, stop, stop, stop. She looked at me and said, you can't tell anybody. And this was finally the first time we were about to talk about what had gone on a year earlier. You can't tell anybody what he does. You can't tell anybody what he did to you. And I looked at her and I said, why? And she said, because he tells me we're going to lose our house if I tell anybody. There you go, a very perfect sign of one-way sexual predators silence children when it comes to sexual abuse. He had warned me that I live just down the street from you, I know where you live, and he was giving her the threats that they would lose their home if they had told anybody. So I told her, okay, I won't tell anybody. No, 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 she said. You've got to pinky promise me you won't tell anybody what he does. So in that moment, I sat there, took her pinky, at the same time looking at the house, fearing her uncle was going to come back out after us. Pinky promised her, and then took off and ran home.